My name's Nick Henschel. I work for Southern California Edison Hydraulic Services, and today I'm going to walk you through a pump test. The whole goal of what we're trying to do today is get a overall efficiency on this plant that we're at. We're going to be testing a deep turbine well, vertical turbine, so we're going to need to get water levels. We like to look around, look for any safety hazards, anything that might potentially be dangerous. Once we determine everything's safe and we're going to proceed, typically if the pump's off, we'll check non-loaded voltage just to make sure we have proper power going to the pump. So after I check the no load voltage and determine everything's good and the pump can be started, what I'll typically do is get my sounder out and I'll check the water depth with the pump off, which is the standing water level. I'm actually already in the water. Before I start the well, I always like to make sure there's oil in the oiler. Some pumps are water lube, this one's oil lube. I'll get the oiler going 15-20 minutes before I'm going to start. Now that I've determined the standing water level, checked no low voltage, I got the oiler on, the next thing I like to do is set up for flow. There's two different ways we can get flow. The first, which I like to use the best, is the pitot tube manometer set. It's been around forever, since pump test has been around for over 100 years. Measures the velocity of the water and it gives you a very accurate flow as long as you have it set up in the right location. The other way we can get flow is a non-invasive ultrasonic flow meter, such as the Flexum that we use. Those are nice on high pressure systems where you don't have to go inside the pipe. You can just hook to the outside of the pipe. They're very accurate, same thing as long as you have it in the right location. There's not a lot of turbulence or air being pumped. They're very reliable. So once the pump test is completed, I've got the flow measurements, I've got the water table measurements, the power readings, RPMs, all the different things that we capture. I will check all the measurements by hand and calculate them. I'll come up with an overall efficiency for the customer. Once that's done and completed, I will print out a report and provide that to the customer, which he can then use himself to determine whether he's gonna utilize that pump anymore differently, or he can also give that information to his pump company who can make a decision on what to do if there is anything to do.